Hello, everyone, and welcome to Parental Guidance or PG Parental Guidance, however it works. This is episode one plus whatever the last week was, which I think is seven, maybe. It might be
Papa
seven.
Coding.
With me, I have Ethan,
Yo.
Manny,
How's it going?
and I'm Lloyd. All right, let's get into it. What's everyone's week been like this week?
Shit. Fucking shit. Everyone's ill. Or everyone was ill. Hospital visits. Everything. Mad. What about you?
Sad times.
What about you, Ethan?
Me, mine's the complete opposite. It's been a very nice week.
Good. Happy someone had a
Yeah.
good. What
Uh,
about you?
It's-
Lloyd?
I've had what's my week been like? It's been a bit of a good but stressful week.
A week full of mixed emotions.
Yeah, I've why am I accidentally recording when I'm trying to open my notes?
That's
That's
good.
the
It
wrong
means
thing.
we've got the good, the bad, and the medium. It's pretty good.
The good, the bad,
All
and the-
balances out in the end.
I had job interview, went pretty well, I think. Hopefully, it's all
Nice.
gonna go well, and it's a pretty big jump and change from what I'm doing right now. So, yeah,
Why is it
It
not
might be pretty
networking
good.
again?
hmm?
It's not networking.
Not networking. You mean like not computer networking?
Yeah.
It's not directly computers, some other software stuff. It's gonna be little bit of little bit of code involved, but not as much.
Oh, segue. Talking about coding.
He knew, he planned this.
It's just things have been going good, man, isn't it? We have all the like the family have made guesses for the baby, so I decided let me reinvigorate my efforts to code again, and I've made a little program.
Okay.
Is it
Good.
working?
Yeah, it's fully working now. Yeah,
You just
whoever
need to,
guesses it right.
What did they win? Money?
Nah,
Gold?
man, they get nah, bro. Psh, the winning message is congratulations to the mother and the father. That's it.
Oh.
Nothing else.
No cars, no hookers.
No,
Oh.
no virus that's gonna go into your computer and take all your security details and
Yeah, Trojan
sell
horse.
all your crypto.
Oh.
Oh, you put a Trojan in it, did you?
It's not a Trojan. It is a worm.
Oh, sorry, I picked the wrong ethnicity.
So, how far have you got with the coding sort of thing? Yeah, is it testable yet, or is it still early days?
Yeah, I can chuck it over to you lot at some point. You guys can
No, I
mess
wanna
around with it if you.
no, I want a team viewer onto your machine and run it on your machine. I don't
Okay.
trust you to not put Trojan in this.
God damn it.
You shall not have my
Um,
credit card details.
So you want to give them to me, man. Everyone wants to give them to me.
Let's say I was well, my week hasn't been completely shit. I did have a highlight, which is my cousin came from Australia, which is nice. We
Nice.
haven't seen her for about, I want to say 6 years. I can't remember when I was there. I think it was
Was that
2016.
last time when you were there?
Yeah, like 2016 or something. So yeah, about 6 years. She's got because she's 18 now. They apparently they do a thing
Holy crap.
called a Kontiki, which is like a tour, or I think it's just sort of like a coming of age, going away from the family type thing and going and exploring on your own. She's doing it with a friend. So it's not completely on her own, obviously. But she's traveling through Europe. I'm not sure how exactly. I think might be by coach or something.
Cheapest way possible with them sort of things.
Yeah, she said the thing is that she ends up in Poland at the end of and then comes back. But obviously, Poland isn't a very good place to be, possibly later on down the line.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's what I said to her. I said she'll be fine. You'll probably be on the complete other side of the country where the bombs are landing. Yeah, so it's really good. We had a nice when she landed. I went to meet her and I brought her and her friends some stuff. Like I knew they were. My auntie said that she was going shopping to get them some food and snacks and supplies. I was like, she's probably buying them healthy food, so I went and bought them like loads of cake and like really sweet and unhealthy stuff that an 18-year-old would like to eat whenever they get hunger like pains.
She partying as an
brownies and
18-year-old then.
This is
Oh.
the thing. She's actually really reserved, which is a surprise from how she used to be when she was a kid. Like she was really, really outgoing and quite
Bouncing
crazy.
off the walls, if I remember.
So, like secondary school over there has changed her quite a lot, but it was quite a Catholic school. Very strict as well. So it's one of those things of
That's good.
it probably you say it's good, but it's regressed her as a character. I remember she's still bubbly and a lovely person, but you know it's just sort of that madness of a child she hasn't got anymore, which I guess is something you grow out of. Being she is 18 now, so she's an adult.
Yeah, but I feel like because it's like you said, maybe secondary school has grounded her a little bit, and pick and choose your moments to be
whimsicalness of a
crazy.
child. She's lost it. She's an adult now. She's nearly one of us.
She'll get that back, man.
Soon she'll be
Not
drained and
necessarily.
bitter about everything.
Yeah, but I haven't lost my whimsical side, no matter how much shit happens.
Yeah, that's still fun. I mean, especially when kids now. Just sort of, I've noticed this is something actually is coming off of the subject of my cousin, but something I've noticed that my kids do that I enjoy doing, or used to enjoy doing when I was younger, which was really annoying people and getting on people's nerves on purpose. They did it with their cousin the other day. They have 100% taken after me, which I love that. We had.
You love that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Into little shits.
Yes, I absolutely love that they're turning into little shits. It gets on my nerves, but at the same time, I love it secretly.
It's not secret anymore, is it?
Well, yeah. But we had a birthday, my nephew's birthday, and family come over and stuff for a meal. But one of the other brother-in-law came with my niece early, and the kids were playing in the morning, playing snakes and ladders, and my niece was trying to get my two kids to play properly, and I could see the smirk on Bob's face. He was just happy that he was annoying her so much. And then I looked over, and Bobette had exactly the same grin, and they were purposefully just winding her up, and she was getting so pissed. It was hilarious.
Did they ever do like the look over at you because you know what they're doing?
Yeah, and they know I might tell them off, but because I was enjoying it too much, I was just smiling at them and say, "Yeah, keep going."
You raising the eyebrow, saying, "You did good, lad. You did good.
You did good, kid." But yeah, it is hilarious. But yeah, back to my cousin. We had a meal with her on Sunday, just gone, and it was one of those things of she hasn't had a lot of Caribbean influence in her life because of where she lives. Being in Australia, any of the black culture that is there is very predominantly Aboriginal, and isn't really touched on by the Caribbean heritage at all. So she's like never really been to a Caribbean style salon to get her hair done. She's never really had Caribbean style food. My uncle's done his best to try and cook that stuff for her, but in terms of getting hold of the herbs and spices and spice blends over there is really hard. When I was there, I struggled myself.
Yeah, there's a whole TV series about how they block it, isn't there?
Yeah, well, yeah, there is. Yeah,
Border Force.
the border
something
force.
like that.
Yeah, the border force. Did you declare your food?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing to declare.
Nothing to declare. That was it. Yeah, where they pull you up for even taking a banana off the plane that they give to you on the plane. If you didn't declare it, they'll charge you for it.
Yeah.
Can't really blame them though, can you? Like
Oh,
with the
yeah,
whole
of course.
bullfrog incident and shit like that.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things of each country has a very fragile ecosystem. If you bring in anything foreign that doesn't have any natural predators, it's gonna mess up the whole place.
Yeah, I think it's worse because it's an island, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's completely and utterly, going off topic completely, but
Oh yeah, because
completely different ecosystem for how many millions of years, isn't it? So
yeah,
I think. Well, I was going to say, I think it's worse it's worse for them because they hold off on it so much as well, though, because it's already happened everywhere else.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's
Like
like
you've got
Fucking
in
grease crow.
some Caribbean islands, you have like mongoose that were taken there to get rid of the.
Mongai.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the plural is, but they're taken there for to kill the snakes
yeah,
that go around on the sugar cane
sugar canes. Yeah,
farms.
or like I know. I think in like in I think not. I don't think it's Hawaii, but I know in some of the Polynesian islands they've got a problem with pigs because pigs were traditionally taken around and obviously taken to they love eating them now.
Is
But
that
it wasn't
also
something.
why in what's the place called? I'll get there. Begins with a B. Bahamas. They've got the little pigs on the beach.
Yeah.
Is that to do with that, or is that
Yeah, I'm gonna guess they probably were
Probably
imported,
totally with
brought
that.
over on a ship, and then they've just run wild, really.
Mm.
And if you don't eat enough of them, you get overrun. But I know that as I said, in like the Polynesian Islands, they make a lot of pork dishes because they're just in such abundance because they're a pest over there.
Mm.
Bro, adding on to this, I know it's like completely off topic though. Pigs are incredible though. Like I think it's like in Ukraine or Germany, or they originally happened in Ukraine where, you know, where the Chernobyl disaster was. These pigs survived it basically, and they've been just eating stuff up around in those areas, and then they like migrate and go off. And some hunters in Germany hunt these pigs. They like obviously eat them because, you know, wild pig is quite nice,
Is it like
and they
Fallout?
die. They basically like die. I
Radioactive
don't think
meat.
they died, but they got really sick because the pigs were like insanely radioactive.
They were still glowing. it's still good. It's still glowing.
No, but coming back to what we were saying about your cousin with her emotions, like
well, no, yeah.
it's funny because we were just with the midwife today, who's like the nurse that's helping us out with our like not our delivery, but she's like the one that you talk to for now.
Yeah.
Before you go into labor, and she was saying like it's very important that people or kids, your baby, should see every single range of emotion from you.
Yeah.
And you got like not just be super happy that you're there with them, because it gives them like a false sense of happiness. And when like something does hit them and it's sad or it's something like that, they won't know how to express that emotion. And I thought that was mad because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to be the stoic dad. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to be like completely like the opposite person to who I am right now. And it's like, oh, you're going to ruin your kid if you do that.
Not necessarily. It's all dependent on how you handle certain situations and emotions, I guess. If
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
it's a sort of thing of, you know, you teach a kid how to react, as you've just said, like the child falls down, instead of like instantly going, oh my god, like the child's fallen over. You should just say, all right, up you get then, and then you'll realize that the kid won't just burst out into tears every single time.
Mm.
It's like
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people who like they knock on a cupboard and then they rub the kid's head as if they've hit the kid's head on the cupboard.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, are you okay? Are you okay? And then the child starts to cry because it has learnt that if you fuss over it in that sort of way, the child then believes that it has actually hurt itself.
They do it a lot when, yeah, as you said, when they're falling over. Half the time they fall over and then they kind of look back at the parent, and depending on the parent's reaction,
Yeah,
is
like, I hurt myself.
is what they do. Should I be crying here?
Should I cry? Have I hurt myself?
Have I hurt myself?
You see, and
Again, parent,
exactly. And again, I see that sort of thing all the time, like at playgroups. Like even today, there was a kid who fell over, and you could see they were looking for their parent or their guardian, or who's with them. I think it might be a grandparent. To see what that person's reaction was and whether or not they should be upset or if they should just get up and keep going. And it's there again. It just shows how dependent children are on you. You don't realize that sort of level of dependency until obviously you have them.
I think it's kind of mad because, you know, depending on what you do and what I do and what Lloyd will do in the future when it comes to his kids, you're going to get to see what person that kid becomes because of how you've been reacting. And like my biggest fear is because my parents are a bit strange, to say the least. It's going to be funny to see if how I can shelter them from the strangeness and then have to be able to do the strangeness myself so that they have the full range of emotions that they're supposed to see
That's the thing. I don't
from
think.
me.
But I was gonna say, I don't think you should be sheltering. I think you should try and show not coping methods. I don't know. It's
Can't
sort
give my
of
kid alcoholism. Oh
no,
my god.
no.
I
Obviously, you
nearly
show them.
died to that.
Well, you don't show alcoholism. You do a better. You learn better coping methods.
Just
You
watch Bad Boys
emphasize on that sort
also.
of thing. You also try not to. You also try not to like implement any of those sort of strange, like ideologies or ideals to the child at all.
Yeah, man.
You just don't you don't damage the child mentally at all. This is what you do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
It's
just
no,
don't
but
mentally damage the child. You do
yeah,
best
the
not
thing
to.
is, but the worst part of it is the way that I feel. This is overthinking 101, by the way. Is if you don't damage the kid, someone else will. Is it better if I damage them in a
Or they
way
get
that it's
damaged
not
by
going to be
both,
that
so
bad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the trifecta. That's like the best of the best, isn't it? Fucking emotional damage everywhere. But it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see how to give
So
them
we might
that
get
coping mechanism because
might get
like
copy
for
strikes.
example, if we like for example now what you've just gone through with what's happening with your family, Manny, where you are now going through parts of deep sadness, right? And you're trying to show positive emotions, even though you are sad and you're pushing it through. And I'm gonna think that like it's gonna like, what do you think that's gonna do to your kid? Because I think it's gonna be quite positive. Because again,
Yeah,
full range
again,
of emotion.
it goes to show just sort of how you deal with things, and like you can't let things get you down too much. As I was saying, I was having this conversation with my grandma today because we've had a lot of rubbish things happen in the family to do with people that aren't really involved at all. And she was just her main thing that she'll always like to say, but what can we do? That's her thing that she always says, and I always just say, well, you just got to keep going and just not focus on those bad things that are happening to those people. Instead of focusing on them that are always causing you, grief to think about them. Worry about the happy things that happen in the family. Like she's got plenty of great grandkids now. It's not just my two. We've also got some in Cyprus that she doesn't get to see, unfortunately, but at least she still gets to see pictures of them and sees them progress in some sort of way. That's something to be happy about and to look forward to. So, even if she doesn't see them, at least it's something that she knows that the family is still going. Everything doesn't just come to a halt because one person has done something bad or because another person is having problems dealing with the result of that person doing bad things. It's just one of those things of I'm quite laid back in that sense. I try not to let a lot of things bother me. Obviously, if things do, then you're going to know about it. But again,
Oh,
I don't really get bothered too easily about certain things.
you're the complete opposite of me, innit?
Yeah,
I get like a whiff of something and I'm just like, oh, quick, get a
Stress.
drink.
Stress.
Oh, stress. Not anymore though.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, but with let's say jumping back to my cousin, he had planting chips for the first time. Right, and
Oh
for those who don't
man,
know what
I wish I
planting
could
is,
have them again.
planting is a different type of banana that grows in the Caribbean, and it's very sweet. And it gets sweeter the longer you let it ripen. And
Unless it's
sometimes
a
it gets
green.
cut very thin and cut and fried into chips, which is basically crisps. And they're so good. I bought some packets for her to have, and she loved them. It's just like, oh, I don't have these over there. It's like,
as
I know
crisps, sorry.
yeah, as
Got them
crisps.
as
They're
crisps.
basically crisps.
No, they're nice. You
Oh
must
yeah,
have
no.
had them.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he got the proper, if it was planting as is, or if it was crisp version, or
It was crisps, but she hasn't had as is planting yet. So I think
Mate,
when she gets back from her Kentucky, we're gonna be filling her with lots of Caribbean food. as I said, there's years worth of missing out on Caribbean food, and I
Hey,
think she did have some when she came last time as a kid, but she's not going to remember those flavors.
well, that's interesting that you say that she's not going to remember it. My missus, she remembers so much from her childhood, while me, I don't remember fuck all.
Oh, she
And to
does.
be
I
honest,
mean, yeah,
I
It's,
wouldn't remember.
I feel
yeah,
like it's a
that's
different type
that's
of
a coping method, though. Isn't
different type of memory,
Yeah,
maybe.
it is a different type of memory because she does remember stuff. Like she doesn't. Obviously, she remembers me and she remembers things that we did and places we went, but she's not going to necessarily remember the taste of certain things, or like even down
I
to the
don't
point
think
of
I
she
can
doesn't
do
remember. She doesn't remember what my dad looks like. Even though
that
she's
part,
Wow.
that part I don't know about, but I don't think I can imagine taste.
Yeah.
Well, at all.
No.
But if I think about even just tropical juice right now, I have an idea, but I can't.
That's
You
too
can't
pinpoint it.
wide.
you can't
though.
pinpoint
I
it to
think
an
that's too
exact.
wide. That's too wide. I was thinking you're gonna say like, can you remember the taste of a lemon?
Tropical juice. I mean, I literally drank tropical juice
As a
before
kid.
Manny arrived here.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what it tastes like in the same sense. So, but
See-
it's the way with it's a food memory is hard. I can remember like, oh, that food was good.
Yeah, you can.
But I
Remember,
can't be like, oh, it was, it had this type of thing and
Yeah.
that type of thing, and there was.
like you don't remember the flavor profile of like
Yeah.
what was in it.
It doesn't. It's not a thing.
Did it
that
have
sticks
garlic
my
in it? Did
memory.
it have thyme? Did it have
Do
rosemary? That sort
you
of
want me to swing us back into talking about kids?
thing. It's up to
You
you.
ready for this?
Go
Well, to do with taste, I read some stupid article, and I don't know whether it's right or wrong. It could be right, to be honest. I said stupid. I jumped the gun there.
I'll,
Who-
I'll
who-
come,
said that
can I come back to what you
babies-
said about right or wrong there afterwards? But carry on.
Yeah.
They're saying that babies can taste the things that their mums are eating, so they have like a memory of certain things tasting good and bad, but they don't know what it is until they taste
I
it again.
don't know if that. I have
That
heard
doesn't
that
apply
before.
to me.
I was gonna say I have heard that before, but I don't know if that's the right way of putting it. I know that they do get some of the nutrients of the food.
No,
So
the
say
nutrients 100% through
so
the umbilical cord.
say if she has a high protein meal, she's gonna get the baby will get more protein than it normally would possibly.
So
I
so
don't-
what the article was saying is basically, so let's say for example they eat the
Wait,
chicken.
I was gonna say, but what?
You
But
eat chicken for
in,
protein.
I was gonna say, in what context is this in utero or is it after
In
the baby's
utero,
born?
in utero, yeah. While
Oh,
the
okay.
umbilical cord is
I don't.
attached.
I'd say that's
And
bullshit. I don't know about.
I
breast
I
milk.
would like to say that too, because the article followed on by posting images of the baby on a 3D scanner, and I don't like the 3D anyway.
Can I-
So
Right, so can I let me
Yeah,
come
go on.
into
Go on.
let me come into conversation on the right and wrong part. I saw, I don't know, it was Instagram story or TikTok or whatever, and the guy on it goes, everything's just broken these days. I can prove anything right because all I have to do is search it on Google, and I will find a million articles that say it's right.
Yeah, it's true.
And if I search the opposite thing, I'll find a million articles that say that's right. So what's actually right anymore?
But
I
it's
don't know.
the
Everything, there's just no
misinformation
wrong.
age, baby.
Yeah. fake news.
It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
It is true. There is so much misinformation out there because you're always going to find somebody who's 100% certain one thing is right when it is wrong.
It made me think about when you have like you have a sort of a debate about a subject. Nothing. I'm going to go very broad here. Nothing in particular. And then it's like, oh, let's find out. And then you go and search on Google. So one person will search I don't know. Do M&Ms give you brain damage?
Yeah.
And then you look up and then you'll find an article that'll be like, oh, a study has been conducted, and it seems that
Studies have shown.
If you
yeah,
eat,
studies have shown that if you eat
only green M&Ms,
exactly only green M&Ms, then and also the worst part of this is that you are twice as likely to suffer from cancer.
Yeah.
But
Then
also
someone who does not do this, and
No,
it's
no,
like
but-
a 1% chance, but it's 2%.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
2%.
yeah, and then
And their case study is 3 people.
yeah,
It doesn't make sense. It's all a bit dumb now.
yeah,
There's really
Or
no
like,
point looking up these sort of stats anymore.
they do green M&Ms make people who are named male goat Named after male goats go crazy if they eat green M&Ms. The answer to that is yes, but there's no article on it. So.
Never managed to get him to do that. I tried so hard.
Yeah, I force fed him M&Ms once.
I
It wasn't a good idea. There's no point.
I tried so
What's
hard.
said what? A goat?
Our friend of ours who is got the same name as a male goat. That one.
He figured it.
I don't think he's figured it out. It's okay. We can move on. Have you? I was
I
going
don't
to
know
say.
anyone called Messi or Ronaldo. So
Did you?
Not
Did you-
at that type of
Did
goat.
you manage? did you manage to see any fireworks this year?
I didn't.
I don't. Did they actually do fireworks? Not
Yeah.
like in snow in
Where?
Sweden.
Oh, in Sweden.
Do they
no
do
idea.
anything like that there?
no, man, they don't give a shit.
wouldn't.
If
That's
the
all. That's here, isn't it?
English
It's just here, it's just an
Parliament's
English
gone,
thing, isn't
it?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's here.
Bro, you lot were having that. I was having mad snow. I was excited.
It's cold.
know,
Snow's
it's-
cold.
I
I
love
like snow, but at the same time, I don't like snow.
I love it.
I think
I
it
love the
has
cold.
it has a magic about
It's
it
magic. It's magic.
for a certain time.
Yeah, when it's coming down, and then you think, oh shit, it's fucking coming down.
There's many. I think there's many factors that play into whether snow is good or not. If it's like, oh, it's snowing, but I still have to go to work,
Yeah.
then you hate snow.
Then
If
if
it's
no,
snowing
let
and
me-
you
let
don't
me-
have to
let
go
me-
to work, and it's like, oh, okay, stay at home, or
I
don't
gotta
have to
chime
work
in.
today, as an example, then you'd be like,
Yeah.
cool, I can go out into the snow and show, my kids aren't at school. I can enjoy the snow with my kids, have snowball fights, make snowmen, all this sorts of stuff. Yeah, all like good fun stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
listen
if
to
you
this
have to
conversation.
drag your legs through muddy snow, so that you can go to work in the dark and then come home in the dark, then you're not going to
No,
like
It's a
no,
bit
it.
shit, innit? Ethan's
but
waiting to
hold on.
interject.
Yeah.
Go on,
Hold
do
on. You got to remember that this place constantly has snow and they don't give a fuck. Like, it snows, it's like, okay, it's just another day.
Mhm.
But the conversation I had with the midwife was like, we had, not me personally, we were both there, me and the missus, where she was saying, I brought my two kids into school, to preschool, because they're still quite young as well, on a sled,
Mm.
dragging both of them,
So,
no
yeah.
bag.
The other
And the kids, the way that she was explaining it, the kids had the time of their lives, and it's like this is
Mhm.
just a normal thing that they do, and it's like
that's the
the
other thing.
joy that is. But again, it's not mushy here, so they clean the street properly, don't they? They know what they're doing when
I
it
mean,
comes to it. It's not as if in England.
that's what I was going to say. It also depends on the place's ability to deal with snow.
I'm gonna say resources
they're
and
prepared,
infrastructure.
When you're
are key.
prepared and your infrastructure, yeah, exactly, your infrastructure's
Yeah,
like,
do you
set
want me to
for
tell
it,
you what
then
they
you
do,
can
by the
just
way?
do it.
Yeah. So, like, basically, they don't have salt. So they have like salt for the middle of the roads, right? So they got to get rid of that. Sometimes they don't have salt. They just tell everyone has like a certain date where they change the snow tires, and then obviously it snows and it's fine. They don't have to clean the roads as much. They don't salt it. They just scoop the snow, put it to the side, and leave it. But then what they do instead of adding proper salt is they put this gravel, and for like 5-6 months of the year, you have this weird gravel everywhere.
Are you talking about grit, which is what we
It's
have
suppo-
here?
But yeah, grit, but it doesn't like melt. It's just there.
Grit doesn't melt. Grit generally stays on the road. We just don't. I don't think we don't use enough of it.
Because I don't know. Because the one that we use, we salt the road, don't like. Well, I say we.
Well, that's what's
the
mixed
UK.
in. That's what's mixed in with the grit is salt, but it is mostly.
It's just those little pebbles, isn't it? It's just like slate-ish kind of looking pebbles. They have loads of them here, and then they like
other
collect it
reasons
and
why
then
they
leave it
don't
somewhere.
do that. There's reasons why they wouldn't do that here, and mostly to do with not ruining the road.
Yeah.
Because in Boston and kind of New York, you have all 4 seasons
Yeah, proper.
of So Boston's roads are. I don't know if I wouldn't say they're the worst, but they're really bad. They're all cracked all over the place. They're just all cracked because they go from 100-degree, 100 Fahrenheit, not Celsius,
About to say.
temperatures in the summer, and then they go to like the minus 10s potentially in the winter when they get 2 foot of snow. I know you get around 2 foot of snow for half the year or something there. where you are.
Depends where you are, innit?
As I say,
It's
grit
further
is
north.
basically
Is,
rock salt. But if you use too much salt on asphalt, I don't know if it damages
Yeah,
it probably.
that's what I mean. Like I don't think in England they use the thing, but yeah, we're digressing a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get into fireworks because we had
You like
fireworks on the weekend.
fireworks, man.
We know we had them on
Yeah,
the weekend.
how did
What did you did it?
Oh.
What, just this weekend gone?
Yeah, we did them on the Saturday for the party.
Late one.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
party. Okay.
it was for nephew's party.
Oh, is that why I
Well,
couldn't sleep?
how did the kids react to that, man?
Well, this is the thing. Leo, Bob, really, really, really enjoyed the fireworks. It was great. He sat outside on a little chair and he was ready and he loved them. He said, "Oh, they were a bit loud, but he still really enjoyed
Oh,
the
my
colours
ears,
and everything."
my young ears.
But Bobette, oh my god, she turned into like a tyrant. She hated it. She wanted to go inside after the first little rocket that went up. It literally like whistled as it went up and was the smallest little pop. Didn't go bang at all.
Bobette for
And
senator. Let's go.
Bobette like instantly went inside into the conservatory next, so she could still be inside, not in the cold, but watch them through the glass.
Was it
she felt a bit
conservatory
safer.
with glass roof?
Yeah, it's got
Oh,
glass
that's
roof.
nice. I like actually. So I used to go to someone's house around fireworks night and watch there. So they had a relatively small garden, but they also had a conservatory
with a glass roof.
So you're inside in the warm, watching it through the
Yeah.
glass outside. That was
and that was
nice.
the thing. She sat on her auntie's lap underneath a blanket, so she was nice and warm. And then
So what you're saying is she likes fireworks, but
No.
she don't like the cold.
Oh no. No. We then my brother-in-law let off one of the bigger rockets that he's bought, which apparently weren't made very well because whatever gunpowder they used for them to go up in the air, they didn't use enough of it. So
God.
it went
Did they
up.
not use enough of it, or did he stick it into the ground too hard?
we thought he stuck it into the ground too hard with the first one.
Yeah.
But when the second one did exactly the same thing, if not worse, after he made sure it was loose,
Mm.
100% they haven't used enough gunpowder to make it go up.
Or it
'Cause
went
it-
soggy
'cause
or
it-
something. No?
No, I don't know.
Well, I think
It
that's
went-
why you use the when you do the rockets that are on sticks, you put them into like the tubes
Yeah, that's what he
rather
had it.
than actually digging them into the ground. If you dig them into the ground, there's a possibility
it'll
that they
stay
don't
in the
even
ground.
actually leave the floor.
Yeah, or if it does, it'll be a bit later than normal and it'll
Yeah.
explode a bit lower
Cue-
down. But
cue
with these
the,
ones, they
Cue
went
the
up.
videos going into people's flats.
Well, this is
you
the
know,
thing.
Not going high enough.
This is the thing. This one went up.
God.
It came down, and then it exploded.
Oh no.
Oh, mate.
But it didn't come down a lot, which was the first one. But because it was a lot lower than normal, the sound of the explosion was so loud. People just started opening their curtains, putting lights on. Bobette was screaming her head off. She wanted to go in the house. That was it. Bob loved it. He was just like, "I want to do another one." And then obviously we were sort of like, "Oh, that was a bit risky, but okay, we'll keep going with the other fireworks." We lit a few more. Then we did the next big rocket, and that went up, came down, blew up just above the neighbour's house.
Gosh.
Like pieces of firework flew into the garden, hit my missus's little god sister.
Jesus.
She was in her coat, luckily, obviously, and it wasn't on fire, so she was all right. As she was,
Just say debris. Not,
yeah, it was debris. Yeah,
not-
it was debris. It was pieces of debris. You could hear it hitting the roofs of like the sheds and stuff like that, like these pieces of debris.
I'm just making a
And my thing is just like, if it hits you and it's not on fire, you're pretty much all right. Do you know what I mean? But you can't say that to a 12-year-old kid. So she was
No.
like scared of anything else that came up and was going around, and if it was too loud for the rest of the night.
we have to say here that playing with fireworks is you got to do it safely. You can't play with them. Like,
Yeah, of
they
course not.
are dangerous as fuck.
Yeah, but it is fun to blow stuff up. I love
Of
blowing
course
stuff
it is, man. No, we love fire.
I had my missus who's like ultra paranoid. Obviously, she didn't know, like, she doesn't like this, like, fireworks anyway. The fact that I was outside with our son, she's like, "Make sure he's okay." I'm like, "It's a firework. there's not much I could do for one, and two, I'm not going to let him get blown up. If I could see it was coming towards us, then I'm obviously going to cover him up or pick him up and take him inside.
Daddy strength.
Yeah,
Daddy
exactly.
speed.
But it was just one of those things. Like, she did annoy me that night. It was a bit annoying, and she kept worrying about it. It's just like just enjoy the night, enjoy the fireworks, and worry about the daughter who's screaming her head off.
I didn't go. I usually go to a fireworks show.
Yeah, this year they were quite hard to
I
get
didn't
to.
go this year. I saw the
It
adverts
wasn't-
many times. I didn't try.
That's the thing. I didn't even see any adverts this
Oh,
year.
I saw papers in shops and everything. I saw
Yeah.
like plenty of thing. I just didn't go.
Yeah.
Did I?
Oh,
What
what?
did I do?
To the fireworks show?
Yeah. What did I do? I think I had a date, but wasn't an opportunity to go to that.
Alright,
Can't
so
remember.
tell us how your date was, bro.
It was okay.
Where did you go?
Is this future?
Let me
Mrs.
remember.
Aloyd?
Let me remember where that one was. I don't remember where that one
I like
was.
it. I like it.
What
Let me
did I do?
remember where that date was.
What did I do? I think.
My
Well,
guy's
he's hinting
dating.
that he's hinting that he's
constantly,
going
so
on
don't
many
even know,
dates.
innit?
Nah, I'm
Hinting
not.
that-
I'm not hinting. I'm gonna make it. I think she just came here, and then I had cooked dinner here, and then
Oh.
stayed till next day, and then went into town.
Oh,
got-
okay. So it's one of those ones. Stayed until the next day.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, that kind of date.
it's not really a date. It's more like a booty call.
Nah, that doesn't have breakfast the next day.
No. Sometimes they do.
That's a
if you're
classy
nice.
booty call,
Exactly.
bro. What are you talking about?
That's so you can come around next time.
Yeah, well, it's happening.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
We'll see how
Hopefully
how
it will
goes.
materialize into something nice.
I'll see. I don't know how I feel about that right now.
I think I would talk more about my week, but it was just mainly doom and gloom.
There's
So, hospital visits
and
next.
she doesn't know about this, but she knows I record a podcast, but she doesn't know the podcast. And I think right now that's a bad thing to. It's definitely not going out. They're not
What?
finding out about that from my mouth.
I was gonna say,
In case I
who,
do speak about stuff, that's just gonna be
but
like
who's to say that's about her?
fair,
Secrets. It could be somebody else.
fair.
If she says anything, hey, we weren't exclusive. What are you talking about?
I mean that's kind of true. That's pretty much true. It's she's just a bit far away.
This is where things
So
get serious
long.
later on down the line, and she goes, "I don't like your friend who's saying things."
She's just really far away, and works odd hours and extra days. Like so,
All
6
I'm
days.
hearing is excuses.
Yeah, basically 6 days a week work, and finishing at 7 o'clock every day.
That's headache. That's headache.
Yeah,
Leave it.
and she lives far away. It's long.
That's headache. When
So-
anything's too hard and you have to force it, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not worth it really, unless
Well,
it's
don't say
something.
that.
Unless it's something
I'm
100%
forcing.
special. Yeah,
I
but
was
yours
forcing it
is
during COVID. Leave it at.
no. What do you mean? You wasn't forcing it during COVID. She was there. She
yours
was,
is
she was
and
available.
That's different because it's a change as well, right? Yours
Of
was
course, now it was many years before.
many years with her and like living with her
Exactly.
before, and then it was
You
a change.
You
that
already had
thing,
your
so it's
relationship
already
established.
yeah. This is like
To
oh,
be
this
honest,
I
mm,
keep
I'm not
getting
gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little bit real here, but our relationship was strained a lot because of my business. But obviously, since
Mhm.
I got rid of it and stuff, the real me.
that happens a
shined
lot
through.
with. I mean, that happens a lot. This is, do you know what's funny for me? Every single time I've had a promotion,
Hmm.
I have a breakup. They happen at the same time every single time.
Yeah.
My guy is just like, I am too good for this shit. I'm done.
It's not. No, it's not even my fault.
Yeah, exactly. See, look, it's
It
like
ain't. I'm not the one.
party
No,
always
I'm
says
not
it's
the
not
one
my
breaking.
fault.
No, when I say it's not my fault, I'm not the one breaking up.
This is why he's doing it. He's setting it up to fail so he can break up with this one.
Well, I'm
get
getting a new
the,
job.
get, the
innit?
new, get the new job.
This is
get
how
the
I.
new
This is how I
position.
progress in life. That's the
He's-
only way that promotion is going to be offered to me.
He's figured it out.
Oh,
He's figured out the
Isn't that
system.
how it is? Yeah, but isn't that how it is though? Isn't it? It's like something has to go horribly wrong for then the rest
You
of the
gotta have
thing to
two.
be
Yeah, there's two
fantastic.
halves.
The cost
The
of this
karma is
promotion
there.
is one broken heart.
What was the saying again? God closes a window but opens an arse crack or something like that.
Opens an arse crack. Are you sure that wasn't opens a door a crack?
It could be that.
I don't know.
I'm not religious, so I don't know.
know.
Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, it's kind of long, but she's a nice girl.
If she's nice and she ends up freeing up
Woman.
herself a bit more.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, that part. I don't think it's gonna. I'd be honest. I don't think it's gonna work for very long.
Yeah, I have to see.
Then I keep getting. Well, I mean, so as you said, it isn't exclusive.
Yeah.
So still been, looking.
Yeah, why not?
Keep getting matches. Goddamn south, so far away. Worse than this one.
Make your little circle a bit smaller.
It's tiny. I don't know why they're matching me with that.
There's no viable partners, bro. Change countries or
Make-
change area codes.
make- the
Minimum is
circle
like
even
3. I think I put like 3 miles.
Yeah, make it smaller. Make it half a
And
mile.
it's giving me 11 miles.
make
people.
it half a mile so you get people from around the corner.
The funny thing is when I do that, I don't get anyone around the corner.
So you match
There's
with,
no one
match
around the
with a
corner.
neighbour. Match with a neighbour. That's it. Girlfriend from hell.
I always laugh if I like match with someone in like the next flat over.
Yeah,
Never happens.
that would be funny.
People weird these days, man.
Yeah, I think it's
So many people want to meet online now instead.
Yeah,
They actually want to meet online. And then they're even worse when they're like, oh, do you want to go on a date or whatever? And then they, oh, I don't know you. Okay. So you don't want to get to know me.
yeah.
Cool.
Have those
It's
high
I
expectations.
blame the parents.
It's not the parents.
It's the parents.
It's not
It's not
parents.
the parents. It's the culture
It's
nowadays.
this. Yeah.
The culture of dating nowadays.
No, it's kind of life culture as well. Without
Everyone wants to live a certain lifestyle.
everyone wants to live a certain lifestyle. Yeah, everyone wants to be successful, and everyone also thinks that being successful requires you to not be in a relationship. Basically,
Yeah,
they
So
might
the
not
old
necessarily
Japanese problem.
say that, but that's what happens.
yeah.
So yeah,
Bro, I
It's
think
the,
I think the
the-
word of the
it's
day
the-
is
it's the boss.
compromise.
It's the boss ass
yeah, they won't
bitch mentality.
People, yeah. I mean, you putting. I'm being coy about it. You just put the words there.
Yeah, I'm going to be married soon, so I don't need to be on the market. I'm not going to be on the market. I can say what I like.
Too many
But,
people want too much.
Yeah, it's just how it is. But it's
They
a
want
bit, it's going to be a
commitment
bit of
without the like commitment without commitment, basically.
that's the problem.
Because you got to
No,
commit
it's
to
not commitment they
to
want.
a
They
lot of
want you. They don't want commitment anymore. They want your wallet. They want access to your wallet without giving nothing for it.
There's something that I've seen that's it's quite depressing, to be fair, but it's like it was along the lines of, although this doesn't quite apply to you, Manny, but I'll say this in general. They were like, oh, I think it starts off with like women, children, and pets are the only things that are loved unconditionally.
Oh yeah, I think I've
And
seen
there's like
that.
a man,
But a man is
a
loved under
man
conditions.
is loved on the conditions that he
Provides.
provides
Yeah.
and does all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm lucky that doesn't
Ah,
apply,
bro,
apply
then-
to me in
then-
my
I was like,
relationship.
oh, so
I like to feel like I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum, where if you're in an actual like, it's not. Oh, this is gonna be very difficult to say. Hold on, come back to me.
Well, I think I know what you're trying to say. It's one of those things that if you're actually in a proper loving relationship with your partner that you know and you
No,
trust,
see,
there's
Again,
those expectations aren't now. It's just
No,
you
but
and the
like-
other person, and you going on through life and figuring things out as you go. Even if you do have the ups and downs, you're still
yeah,
going to be there for
that's-
that person.
Definitely along those lines, but it's more like it's very difficult to find someone with respect now, as in respect for themselves and you. Because a lot of people, like you said, they want your money or your wallet or what kind of lifestyle you're going to give them, but they don't actually think
I think
inwardly and say,
more
what kind of life am I going to give him, and actually be honest to themselves to do that. Because, most of these people that you guys are describing basically are like, I can provide this for them, I can provide that for them. But when they actually look at it and what they do provide, anyone can provide that, mate. Like,
Yeah, it's nothing. It's
relax.
nothing special that they bring to the table.
Do you know what I mean?
I had something and I lost it.
We threw you off.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
We've become relationship advice as well now.
I was thinking along the lines of people thinking they have respect for themselves, but they're having too much respect for themselves and not enough respect for other people.
Yeah, but that in essence means that they have no respect whatsoever. They're just self-centered.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not. But what I mean by they respect themselves is they're not gonna do the thing. They're not gonna do things that
Compromise themselves.
they think compromises them. But even if I don't think it's a compromise for them.
As I said, it's not just that. It's also like I'd say a sense of entitlement to it.
Mm.
They believe they're entitled to being not I say respected, but being showed a certain level of love and commitment from somebody. Say love or commitment from somebody, but that thing isn't necessarily good. What they want from that person. Well, again, trying to put that into words is
I
a
don't
bit hard.
want like wanting. To be fair, all the people that I've met recently have been pretty good about most of that sort of stuff. Like I haven't had anyone who is entitled as such. Like no one expected me to pay for the meal
Yeah.
type thing. No one's done that so far. But they've done. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are living alone these days. They don't want to have
Yeah, they're quite.
They don't want to have the partnership.
They're quite content with how they are in their current situation.
I don't know whether they're gonna. I don't know whether they're gonna regret that later.
Possibly.
When, you're each, I don't know, let's say 40, 45, and you're still single, and then you start looking for someone then, but all the people you run into are gonna be like, divorced once and 3 kids, and then you're however old and want kids yourself, and then they're not gonna want kids. All these the quotations baggage things.
Have to date younger. Well, that's what they'd hope, that someone younger would want. That sort of want you at a later time in life, but you just have to see. The thing you don't know until you get to that point.
What was that saying? It's a numbers game.
I'm trying to think, what was the thing I saw?
No, man, no joke. Hold on, everything's been sad. World Cup. Who do you think's gonna win?
Japan. Japan or Saudi Arabia, only because they've paid everyone off. How did they beat Argentina?
Nah, they played good.
How?
They played really good. Well, it's football, bro. At a certain point, people are all gonna play the same because the information is out there, and all you got to do is go look for these people that have the same attributes as those other people, and then just play the same way that they play, and that's it.
Telling me the manager,
it's one of the reasons why I don't really enjoy it as much as I used to.
The managers and the trainers trolled through the desert to each tribe to find that said man who could kick rocks as good as anybody.
Rocks, oh god.
Man, imagine having a footballer that actually did kick rocks before they started kicking the football.
And that's it.
That'd be madness.
They found
There's probably
Abdul
a few that just kick
Rahim.
balls and empty.
So they found Abdul Mohamed Rahim, who can volley a ball as good as Messi.
Man, that Saudi goal was amazing. Don't get twisted.
I need to watch it. I missed it.
Yeah,
Bro.
I've missed a lot of it. I've checked some of the highlighted scores and stuff.
I've done something, well, not done something stupid, but basically, I do enjoy the World Cup, but obviously it's on during the day of work, or most of it, not all of it. And I didn't go into any of the like fantasy league
Yeah.
things. They're
I
the
didn't do that
ones
either.
with the fantasy things can sometimes make me enjoy the random games,
Yeah.
like the games that don't affect the country that I'm supporting. You just see like, I don't know, like, you know, all the other random ones. You're like, oh come on, get that person, they're gonna get a goal. And it like just makes other games a bit more interesting. They're
Yeah.
still like good games and you can watch them, but it's hard to be as interested in them as a team that you're actually supporting.
I've just seen Costa Rica Spain game today. 7.
For Espanyol,
Yeah, Spain. That's just
it's been some high scoring games, hasn't there?
6-2, wasn't
Yeah,
Right.
some
I think we
and
should
really long games
should-
as well.
end it at some point.
We're at 51 minutes at the moment, so we can finish pretty much now. Any last?
I
Any
was
last
gonna
thoughts?
ask a question because it was something basically as I said, it's still my cousin again coming over from Australia and seeing sights and stuff. And I got asked by my mother-in-law if my cousin was gay because she'd gone to Brighton for the day. I was just like,
Hey?
yeah. I was just like, what an odd question to ask. Because obviously,
Who asked that?
my mother-in-law.
She asked that. Okay.
Yeah, like because my 18-year-old cousin who has never been to England, she's been to England, but she's not been that many times, and obviously not been able to travel around that much when she has been here or remember where she's been. So because she's gone to Brighton for a day, like went there by train, came back by the evening.
Hmm.
She asked me if she was gay, and I was just like, but why is that a question you'd ask? Brighton is a legit place you would want to go and visit.
I'm not gonna lie, I still can't believe you can get there from London, King's Cross, return on the same day for £13.
Yeah, it was good. A nice day out.
Fantastic.
It's great.
But as I said, it's just I said to her, there's so much different cultures and that is there, and you know you got the markets that are there and the pier and the sea. You know, just to get to the sea and
Oh, it'd probably be really cold at the moment. But
yeah, well, she took some pictures of herself on the pebbles like by the sea, obviously freezing her ass off, but they were nice pictures. But again, it's one of those things of you don't obviously get to go to the English seaside that often, so why not go to Brighton where you know it's easily accessible via train?
yeah.
I just thought it was just a very old-minded person thing to say, if that makes sense. Do you
No,
know what
I
mean?
know,
It's,
I know what you mean when you
yeah.
say that.
it was just really out of context to ask. I was just like, but it's just a place you can innocently go without, you know.
I might need to ask my mum a few
questions.
questions then, if because she goes Brighton quite often.
There's
Exactly.
sometimes certain things come out of my grandparents' mouths that I'm a bit like, what?
It's like,
How?
oh man, not again.
Yeah, it's
Very risque.
very risque, but also that there's various things, various
Talk about
parts to it.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about, I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, how many times have I probably done that?
there's a difference between the way we do it and the way they
It
do it.
used to be. The way it used
No,
to be.
the way we do it and the way they do it. We do it with joke.
Yeah.
Not joke. What's the word? There's like humor behind it without meaning it.
Yeah,
They
we
mean it
understand the humor.
and
We
don't find it funny.
yeah. We understand the humor behind things that are said or things that we do say. Whereas
They
when
just mean it.
they just mean it, or it's sort of said out of context, and it's like, well, that's not how
that's
we do things. That's not how things are done anymore.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You wouldn't really experience it. I don't think. Or you might do actually. Tell a lie. You will probably start to if you spend more time around Emily's family. I think you might probably find there's loads of racist things that they'll end up saying, or you won't realise are racist until you think about it.
Don't worry, man. I've got
I
my
will
own
cut
family
that.
to do all the racism.
Oh yeah, we will cut that.
Just the name.
Yeah.
I think we should end it when I say, "Oh, should we end it?"
Yeah.
All right.
'Cause,
Thanks
yeah,
for
something to
listening to this one.
Just say, look up the song "The Sun Has Got His Hat On." Listen to the second verse.
I don't know. Anywho,
We'll listen to it after this.
See ya soon.
Yeah.
Speak to you soon, guys.
Maybe next
And
week.
thanks for listening to anyone that does. Like, comment, subscribe. YouTube algorithms.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.